Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome. Today I've got a brand new pick a card of who were you in a past life and what was your mission. I'm very excited about this pick a card today because it is in collaboration with another tarot reader, which I'm so just grateful that I get to share this experience with them. Obviously, their name, I'm sure you saw in the title down below and all the links down below. It is Tarot by Melissa or Melissa Doll Tarot on Instagram and TikTok, I'm pretty sure. So please make sure you go and check them out as their video is linked to this one. They are going to be doing a video on what is your current soul mission in this lifetime. So as you can see, there's a bit of like contrast here. We've got a bit of a story to tell. I feel like it is also very important to know what you're doing this lifetime as it was to know what you were doing past lifetime. Because we often will carry and share traumas and experiences to work through lessons. A lot of the things we experience in lifetimes aren't super unique to that lifetime. Fun fact. It is obviously going to be unique. There is obviously free will, but there are elements, different levels of people and how you interact with people, as well as environments, factors that are very like common strands that you will find throughout these lifetimes. And so my plan today is to try and tap into those strands to give you the utmost information to assist you in this lifetime, while also equipping you in understanding who and what you were doing in a past lifetime. So without further ado, I'm going to pop into frame just here, the card selection. So please use your intuition, pick the one you are most drawn to, the one that you can't stop staring at. People often will ask me, how do I know which one to pick? Just pick the one you can't stop staring at. It really is that simple. You know the answers. And so I want to thank you for joining me here today. Mwah, and I'll see you in a minute. Hi, my beautiful power ones, and welcome for those of you who chose this purity card. It's called Pure Understanding. Pure Understanding. We'll get into it in a minute. I would like to just take a second to remind you guys that today's pick a card is all about what was your soul's mission in a past lifetime, as well as who you were. Please understand that this is a collaboration video, so please go make sure to check out Melissa Tarot, or Tarot by Melissa, sorry, Melissa Doll Tarot on Instagram, as they have the part 2 or a sort of sequel part to this series, going into who you are this lifetime and what is your soul mission this lifetime. But without further ado, I'll get into your pile of cards, with your first card being Pure Understanding. The stillness of the heart reflects heaven on earth. As truth unfolds with no strings attached, the heart becomes simple and pure. That is so beautiful. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna get into channeled messages, but I do just want to check out your other cards. So we have Midas slash Miser, Guide. What else? Connection. Oh. Oh. Oh, I see. I'll show you the cards as I go through them. Sorry. Okay. I'm already receiving messages about you guys. So, in a past lifetime, I'm pretty sure you were some sort of figure that had authoritative power over groups of people, or who came into groups of people and helped groups of people. You were someone who redistributed. I keep seeing like the tongue. So I keep seeing the tongue, and then I see someone passing the tongue on, but also pulling the tongue out of the mouth. So there's something to do with that. You would help people understand how their perspectives and words shape their reality, or you would help people and guide them into understanding how they can elevate themselves, how they can heal, and how their words have meaning. There's something to do with here. You were very spiritual. You probably traveled to different, like, I'm seeing like different, like kingdoms and stuff. Like, I don't know if kingdoms is the word, because they're making me not feel like it's kingdoms, but it's different places where like kings or like rulers or different people who like would run the village, the elders, the older people, that sort of group of people. You would go to them and you would share information with them, but the information would be very, very spiritual in nature. You were some sort of necromancer, and when I say necromancer, a lot of our minds will go to traditional media and how it's portrayed of like, ooh, the potions and like bringing the dead back to life and desecrating burial sites. Like, no. When I say necromancer, because this is a card in my personal deck, when I talk about necromancers, they are people who understand the bridge between spirit and the physical world. They hold the space capable to assist in revitalizing someone. So just say someone went through a traumatic event. Ooh, the winds have changed. Just say someone went through, sorry, that's something else. Just say someone went through a traumatic event. The necromancers would have this very innate and unique skill of being able to branch the spirit of the soul and bring it back to the body, mind, and sort of ground it. They would help alleviate and assist in understanding the pain. They would help bring revitalization and life to these beings, but they also revived a lot of lost arts. Like they revived a lot of lost pieces of information. They would work with old spiritual concepts. Necromancers are beings who just revitalize the old or bring back to life the old. Just say you were looking to bring back, for whatever reason, an old relationship. They would be able to help you with that because, you know, they revitalize the dead. It's not that they bring the dead back to life. It's just that they understand how to heal and bring life to the dead. That's something that's coming up here, is that you were extremely misunderstood, but you had a level of self-approval that didn't matter because you knew what you were tapped into, you knew what you were doing, and you knew your connection was real, especially with what I'm seeing with this Buddhist card, like with the light behind it, the halo. It almost looks like some sort of halo, but then I'm also seeing the wheel of life. It's like you spent many lifetimes understanding, and in one of the previous lifetimes, the one that's most relevant to the one that you're going through this one, you were someone who probably either traveled, you were a healer in some sort of sense, who went to very powerful people and assisted them in sort of, how do I say, like, you assisted them in turning their perspectives into a more humanitarian, or like seeing beyond the veil of illusion, right? Because a lot of the people in the era that I'm seeing that you were in wanted to work with this energy, but they didn't understand how to. Obviously, they didn't have probably the proper education, or maybe you went from the east to travel to the west to teach the west about different spiritual means, or maybe you went from the east to, you know, like it feels like this energy of you would travel very far and you would go to different rulers and you would share informations about their perspectives and the way that they affect people with their words, because they keep drawing me to the tongue. So there's something to do with like you were some sort of speaker who was very highly regarded. You were probably a channel as well, like so weird. I know I'm working with Buddhist cards, but I heard Dalai Lama. So you were probably someone like the Dalai Lama. And you were someone who, again, you went around and you channeled information for people. Let me just get out some astrology cards, and I'll continue channeling for you guys. Oh, I said the winds of change earlier. Yeah, Virgo, Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus and Virgo are very close together because Ophiuchus is the star system right next to, well, it overlaps with Virgo and Sagittarius. It's like in the middle. So it's funny that Virgo came out with my Ophiuchus card, which I know you can barely see because of the lighting. I'm sorry, these are prototype cards. There's a huge energy here of like, you were someone who valued science, but the way that you valued science was including spirituality. You knew how to bring the two together. Especially Virgo, you helped people, oh my god, I got Virgo and Aries. You helped people grow. And I'm assuming that's what you're here to do this lifetime. You're here to be a guide to people. You may hear like, oh my god, like you came into my life at like this really weird time and you gave me all these like wonderful words, and like, or you may never hear that from people, but people are just like, wow, like people are enamored and stunned by the information you share. It's like, again, you're a channel. Like you just walk around and you do it without knowing. Like you just accidentally being at that shopping center that you don't normally go to, and then going into that grocery store that you've never been in, and then accidentally sharing like some sort of information or saying like have a good day to like someone who's had a really bad day, or like needed that information by accident that you just shared because you got into a conversation with them. It's like you just are a channel. You are a channel for spirit because you have spent many lifetimes mastering the sort of understanding of life through spiritual concepts. I think you've worked a lot in, I'm hearing this, you've worked a lot in very confining religious modalities, because that was the best way that you needed to sort of learn to grow, to adapt, to sort of invest in these philosophies, to learn to train the mind and soul. But this lifetime, I don't think you have a religion or a sort of path that you're following. You may adopt a lot of different spiritualities and modalities, and we're seeing that a lot this lifetime during this New Age spirituality. That's something that New Age spirituality has brought in. It's like the connecting factor of every spiritualism, right? It's so beautiful. But I think that's what you're one of those type of people where like you maybe don't believe in one specifically. You believe that there is a universal truth, which again is that wheel of life. It's like every religion is truth, everyone's perspective is truth, but it's just a different type of truth of you. You know what I mean? every single one comes together to build a whole narrative, right? And it feels like you spent different lifetimes in different spiritualist colonies or different spiritualist places on earth, or very like charged place. Even if you weren't spiritual those lifetimes, you spent times in those charged places or around very spiritual people, and it's sort of ingrained itself onto your soul, giving you this information. And you're here to be this guide to people who have lost themselves in the daily dilemmas of how do I say, like, I keep saying chitter chatter. Like, you see my hand doing that. Because they keep telling me it's chitter chatter. I don't know how to put it into words though. It's like people who get lost in the sort of projections of other people, the politics of like keeping up with friends, looking good, maybe even the politics of the outer world of like it just feels like you get caught up in the deceptions and the manipulations. Or no, you don't. Maybe you did in the past. But you're here to guide and sort of help those people who get caught up in those deceptions, manipulations of the very 3D world that you find in Western society. Because I also do have opposition here. What else are we getting, Spirit? Would you like to share some more with us here today? Ooh, Capricorn. Opposition, Capricorn, Aries, Virgo. Give me a second while I figure that out. Oh, let me go back to Winds of Change, because I skipped over it twice and I went to say, the winds were really loud outside the place where I'm recording. And I heard Winds of Change, so you could be going through a spiritual awakening right now. The nature element wants to help you. So I think in past lifetimes you worked with the modalities of understanding elementals on a very basic level of that, like, you know, fire affects different parts of our body, like very Tibetan medicine type. I don't know if you know anything about Tibetan medicine, but I will just go with my sort of understanding of the elements, and I'll put those out. This isn't exactly Tibetan medicine, but I take my own understanding, and it has worked for me extremely deeply. So like, you know, fire is the life force, it's passion, it's drive. Oftentimes when we're missing these things, it's because there is a dampening of spirit. Maybe it's ourselves or other people who are bringing us down. Or it could just be like people projecting their own insecurities to do if you aren't good enough, you aren't capable. These type of things will bring down the fire within us. Just sort of along those lines, like our stomach is fire. I think it's, what is that? I think it's spleen and gallbladder in Tibetan medicine. But the point is that, you know, the elements affect our bodies. We can use and visualize these elements to heal and work with our bodies on different levels as we work with different medicines. Maybe we use chemical medicines on top of that. So maybe we're doing the visualization while also taking our, maybe we have depression. So maybe we're taking a dosage of our depression medicine, right? It's using these modalities in conjunction with each other is going to heal. And there's something to do with like, you're here to bring balance, or to bring balance to people, right? To how they approach different things. So maybe they're only doing it one way, right? Like maybe they're focused on, they're so focused on solving the problem that they're not realizing that, like maybe they're, sorry, not solving them. Maybe they're so focused on like, how do I say it? Come on, Spirit, help me. Maybe they're so focused on the I don't even know how to put this into words. Maybe fourth time's the charm. Maybe they're so focused on the problem that they are forgetting that there's different symptoms, right? There's different levels to it that affect the body, right? Like an ailment doesn't just come out of nowhere. An ailment is the culmination of different diseases in the body. It could be of the mind. So just say we're stressing. So our mind is constantly on high alert, which puts our body in a survival type mode. And then in that survival type mode, we are more prone to exhausting our bodies, maybe exhausting ourselves, our mind. We aren't able to do our job. And then when we're going to work, our systems aren't able to keep up with the natural sort of dialogue that we need to keep up with other people. Maybe we're getting very drained easily. And then in that, our body isn't keeping up with the systems. We're only surviving, we're not thriving, which isn't holding off different, like maybe it's a flu, or maybe it's our body isn't getting enough water because you're so stressed about something. You're in survival mode. You aren't thinking, oh my God, like I got to have water. And then in that dehydration, it's causing different problems in the body. You know what I mean? Like it's a culmination of things, and you're here to bring balance to people and to show people that no, things aren't just one thing. It's when you're on this earth, it's a culmination of multiple different things that affect and create affecting that create effects on the body and mind and soul. You're here to sort of bring balance to people's minds, or bring balance to people's views, perspectives, words. It's like you're trying to show that, like, you know, you aren't a mean person. You're just someone who had extreme emotional turbulence at a young age to do with verbal abuse, and then you were bullied as you tried to show sympathy and empathy and love to people around you, and then in that you grew tough skin to protect yourself, and so you perceive negativity in other people's words very easily and very fast. But in that you project outwardly, like you project and you fight back, you know what I mean? And you will give back those mean words. It's not that you're a mean person, it's just that you went through events that shaped you in such a way that it affected your ability to open up and to have compassion and empathy. And you find projecting is a lot easier than actually telling yourself that these people are, what's it called? These people are going through their own thing, and that it has nothing to do with you, because at a young age you were always told, people were always mad at you, or when you went through that verbal abuse, you were told it's your fault. So that when people do something negative or mean to you, you take it so personally because you're like, oh my god, what did I do? When it's like, no, it has nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? It's like you're showing that there's different perspectives. You're showing the full picture, which is just so beautiful, and that's what you're here to do this lifetime. But it's what you did in past lifetimes too. This is a part of like your soul mission. I'm going to quickly return to the pure understanding card, which is this. When you take away the personal stories and fears created by the I was literally just saying. When you take away the personal stories and fears created by the mind, strip away the toxic emotions of anger, self-doubt, and frustration, you can look at what is happening quite simply as it is. Yes, you're sort of here to bring balance or healing to people's minds. It could... You have a very unique skill as well. I don't think other people have whatever healing skill you have, because you're from up there. You're from another fucking planet. You're from another, you know, like you're from somewhere else. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, you are very connected to snakes or snake energy, which is revitalization, rebirth energy, because Ophiuchus is ruled by snakes, and I'm looking at Ophiuchus right now. Whatever unique skill you have, stop. Why do I want to say stop? Okay, so you're probably doing this. Stop looking towards other people, other lifetimes, or all of the, you know, stop looking outside of the self. Trust in your own perspectives and skills and what you're drawn to learn about, because this is going to guide you to the information you heralded in past lifetimes. Represents the nature of divine life and in yourself. Yeah, you're going to teach people that God is within yourself. Like, divinity is within yourself. You are not undeserving of believing that you are a part of source and you're a part of the universe, you know, like we are not a separate entity. So to sort of end off this reading, oh, my legs are numb. My right leg's all numb. What's that? The past. You may be very numb to your past at the moment, specifically to do with like someone who stepped all over you. It's like you haven't addressed someone who like used you or abused you. And this is a part of your skill, is that in a past life you were very either taken advantage of, or like in a past life energies may be holding you back as well, because the right leg is the past. But it could be like you're very numb. I feel like it's you're numb to a pain of someone who took advantage of you, and you sort of like need to address it, because that's going to help you like open up this skill. And you don't, at your own pace. Like, who am I to tell you what to do, you know? Like, I'm just some guy on the internet who talks and channels. Like, do what you want, but I'm just saying there's some sort of like you've numbed yourself to an event, and when you address it, I think it's going to help you understand perspectives and understand their perspective and what they went through, but also what you were going through to attract yourself to this person. Like, it's like there's this release and healing that happens there, and it unlocks your skill. To sort of close out your reading, I know I'm off camera, sorry. I have all my cards over there. Why? Don't ask me. To sort of round off your reading, I'm going to pull one more card. But please, if you feel like this reading is resonating, if you feel like this is making sense and you were able to draw something from it, please leave a like. It helps more people like you connect to videos like these, but it also helps videos like these connect to you and more people like you. Also, subscribe. Fuck it. Subscribe. I have awesome content, and if this is resonating with you, I can guarantee you that more videos in the future will. So... God. The two cards I pulled for you, these are the backs, but I'm going to read them. We have oneness. I know you can't say sorry. Oneness. You are a part of the universe and always will be. I mean, do I really need to, like, I was just talking about that. You're here to teach that, like, God is within, you know, like, there's that divinity. You're here to teach that you are not separate of the universe, that you actually create. There's, like, this energy of you're going to show people something that is, like, right there in front of them, but it isn't easy to grasp because of what they've went through or how they grew up. And then on top of that, we have journey, to enjoy the journey and let go of the outcome. And then with oneness, it's like with let go of the outcome, there may be some sort of insecurity to do with anxiety of looking towards the future of like things need to go this way, or maybe you have an expectation of how things should be or like how your life should look. These are sort of projected sort of preconceived notions that you think will bring you happiness. So maybe in childhood you were taught you need family, you need to have a baby to be happy, you know what I mean? Like is this type of shit. Then now you're projecting that because you're unhappy or you're dissatisfied or you're sort of going through transformations. You're sort of still projecting that onto your future and looking towards that expectation of when that thing comes in, I will be happy. Or maybe when I have a lot of money, I will be happy. And that's just not true, because it feels like there is this sort of preconceived anxiety that's playing on your mind. It's like you're putting this energy into expectations because someone else projected their own insecurities onto you, and now you have very anxious, racy thoughts relating to like, will I be able to accomplish this? Am I good enough for that? When I get that thing, I'll be happy. Like there's this anxiety of like, I don't have that thing right now, so I'm not good enough. It's like you're going to teach yourself very soon that like everything you have is right in front of you. And that sounds so hippy-dippy, but what's another way I can put it that's better and digestible? Give me a sec. I might, come on. What's another way that you can help this be more digestible for people? Understanding that when you focus on lack, you're going to attract lack. Right? It's a basic law in manifestation, but I'm going to talk about it because this will sort of help you. And I'm going to do it really quick because we're approaching the 20-minute mark. It's very long. When you focus on what you don't have, you're just going to continue to attract what you don't have. And there's this energy of realizing that it isn't that you aren't abundant. You're so abundant. You're so abundant in friends. You're so abundant in energies around you. You're so abundant in relationships. You're so abundant in your home, your bed, your lights, your food, like very basic things. Like you're abundant, but you're focusing on like, I'm not abundant with like lots of money. It's like, no, like you're abundant. And when you focus on that, you're not abundant, you're not going to attract more money. You need to take, not take advantage, but like sort of see the divinity in what's in front of you and see that you've sort of created and built that. I'm rambling, so I think I'll stop it. But yeah, there's this energy of asking to let go of the outcome, and there's this energy of anxiety is ruling you because you're focusing on an expectation you projected, and every time that expectation doesn't come to light or come to truth, it's because it may be something a bit more deep-rooted that you're sort of being asked to look at. Maybe it is, again, that you think that this will bring you happiness when it just isn't true. But yeah, I hope that made sense. Because I think you may have, I think you released that in a past life, but you're struggling with it this life. Yeah. But I hope that makes sense. I'm sending you all so much love, Power One. Mwah. Please let me know down below how this related to you and what you're sort of doing this lifetime. I'm sending you all so much love. Bye, 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 bye. Please go check out Melissa. Tarot by Melissa. Please. Mwah. Bye. Hi, my beautiful Pile 2. For those of you who chose this card, I know you can't see really because of the lighting. Welcome. Please, this is just a quick reminder that this is a collaboration video. Make sure to go check out Tarot by Melissa or Melissa Doll Tarot on Instagram. All the links will be down below, as well as the @ in the title. Her video is all about what is your soul mission this lifetime, while this pile is, this pile is going to be about who and what you were doing in a past life. And they will share strands of commonality, especially with traumas and pains and sort of what your mission is this lifetime. So, without further ado, I'm going to open up with your cards. I did this with Power 1. I'm going to do it again. Just give me a sec. Oh, I keep hearing you're meant to be a spiritual leader. Why do I keep hearing you're meant to be a spiritual leader? What's it to do with? I don't know if like they draw me to like churches, like, you know, like head of church, like, I know you may probably not be doing this because I don't think anyone's fucking watching tarot is probably going to be head of church. I mean, they could be, but there's this energy of you are very tapped into the unknown. You're very tapped into a sort of higher source, God, spirit. You may not work with spirits one-on-one, but you may work with a sort of source, a channel. You may work with, you know, higher entities, you know, spirit guides, a unity consciousness. Maybe you channel a sort of consciousness. Maybe you channel a planet. But the point is that like you're meant to be some sort of leader, and I don't know what it is. It may be like a leader in a group of friends. It doesn't have to be something grandiose. It just could be like a group of friends, and you're the only spiritual one in that group of friends. And you sort of decided this lifetime uh, uh, to do that. No, I think this is a past lifetime. Yeah, this is a past lifetime. You were a spiritual leader in a past lifetime. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. You were either head of church or you were part of a coven, or like again, you were the only spiritual one in a group of friends, and you had to lead them to teach them, and you made that agreement. There's this energy of you may be holding resentment, and I'm hearing, okay, weird. You may be holding resentment from that past life against someone. Someone who like I saw someone stab you in the back. And this could be either betrayal, or it could actually be someone killed you, like someone didn't like what you were saying. No, it's not what you did. Someone was jealous of what you shared or what you had, because people looked at you in a light that was very like, I don't know how to say, you might be scared to step into the spotlight or to be seen. And this is because in a past lifetime, you were killed for it. Like, someone straight up just like, was like, well, I don't like them having attention. Yeet. Like, why did I do that? They just like, yeah, they took your life, which is so just, and I think you met them this lifetime. I think they could be close to you this lifetime. If you feel like a family member or a friend has killed, it could have been mum. If you feel like, but it might not be. I just saw the moon, that's all. Virgo. Virgo represents the Empress. Well, Taurus and Virgo is the Empress for me. So that's interesting, because the Empress is, guess what, mum. So it could definitely be a feminine figure or a female friend, or it doesn't have to be, obviously, yeah, it's just someone who identifies with female. You could still be carrying that resentment, even if you're not consciously carrying it. It could just be, a subconscious thing, and maybe, cord cutting, past life regressions would, yeah, I saw 333 on my timer. Past life regression or cord cutting would be within your best interest. And even if you don't know who you're cord cutting, just say, I call in my angels, my guides, my ancestors, please may you assist me in cord cutting any previous traumas or ties to any past lifetimes that hold me back this lifetime, and just continue to do it. It can never be a bad thing. Trust, receptivity. I'm just looking at these cards again because I'm trying to see. We know that you were some sort of leader in a past lifetime that taught people. I don't know if it was teach, but you just sort of led. You know what I mean? It's like you would say, no, that's not a good idea, and then explain why and enlighten them. But then you wouldn't teach them one-on-one. Like, I don't see you in like a room or a space or somewhere with like people gathered around you where you're teaching. It's just like people would come to you, and then you would share, and then you know what I mean? It's like that type of energy. It could have been a head of church, because that does sound like a priest. I'm just realizing. So it definitely could have been like some sort of like you were in the churches, and even if you have trauma with that, like that could be what the betrayal is that like the church has betrayed you because you were empowering people too much. And like now this lifetime you struggle to connect to God in that way, and you struggle with religion in that way. Because I'm seeing like there was like, you were used as like, no. You were playing chess, and that made people uncomfortable. Like I don't know if you were used as a chess piece or you were playing chess. Which one? You were used as a chess piece. So I don't know if it was used, or it could have been, like, it could be a split tie. This is who you were in a past life, right? You were someone who believed that, you were someone who taught the empowerment of female or female energy. So a lot of people who feel very drawn to feminine energy, I feel very drawn. I express myself in very feminine energies, very feminine ways. Ever since birth, a lot of my trauma has been the trauma that females go through, but on different faculties, right? Because obviously male presenting to most. But yeah, you could resonate. Sorry, I got lost in my own thoughts there. You could resonate with the female pain or the female journey, and it's because in past lifetimes you would often teach about that, or you would talk about it, and that's why people were uncomfortable or upset with you. And you, that would make sense why it could be your mum. It's because they were because I saw it was a male who did it to you in a past life. And then you were also a male though, or you were maybe, you were transgendered or someone who was fluid. It felt like you weren't someone who was like purely male, and maybe made people uncomfortable. No, back then it was different though, because it feels like back then like people were accepting. I don't think they killed you because of that. I think they killed you because of the attention you got. It's like not that they were jealous, but like maybe they were in the same field and people just didn't respect them as much as they respected you. And then in this lifetime, they've reincarnated as a female and they're going through the female journey. And I think you may be like, yeah, wow. But yeah, I do want to say you have a very special connection to dreams. Sounds very vague. Ooh, special connection to dreams. Who doesn't? Dreams, no. Dreams could be prophecies for you because I heard prophecies. And what prophecies are in particular to me, prophecies are sort of like a journey. Prophecies won't always reveal themselves in ways that are very like, literal. You know, like it may not be claircognit. What's that? Clairvoyance. I don't really talk about clairvoyance. It may not be like clairvoyance in dreams where like you see an event happen exactly like this and then you have that event happen. It's like you will go on a journey. Like it may be a lot of things that don't make sense, but if you look up the meaning of each thing, you will like sort of piece together the story. Okay, so the dog here represents loyalty. You know, like you might have a dream where like a dog dies and then a person kills you and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, or maybe they don't kill you, but like the person kills the dog and then they drown. You know what I mean? And it could be that like this person betrayed their loyalty and trust that you had with them, and then they lost themselves in their emotion, that they couldn't cope with what they did, you know what I mean, because of the water and the drowning. Yeah, you know what I mean, like it's a prophecy. It's like it feels like sort of out there prophecies that you sort of need to piece together. But you could also have literal prophecies, because I did hear prophecies when I was talking about dreams. Again, you have a very special connection to the other realms, the heavenly realms. If you don't believe in the heavenly realms, the fucking creation realms, the ninth dimension, whatever you believe in. The point is that you're very connected to the other side. It's not about what's there. Something that I want to say is that it's okay if you can't do something. Like, you don't have to be this strong character, because I think in past lives, you would, like, not ask for help. You would always go into a contemplative state. You would meditate. I'm seeing this. And you wouldn't ask for help. Like, it's not that you were too proud to ask for help. It's just that you didn't feel on a deep down level that you were worthy of help, or that asking for help was something that would assist you or prop you up in that lifetime. And I think that's something you carry this lifetime. It's because your faith is what sort of helps you. And that's great. That's perfect. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. And I think the past life is the same, like your faith in either yourself or spirit or whatever the fuck you believe in, the spaghetti monster in the sky. You know what I mean? Like, preach spaghetti monster in the sky. I love you. Um, your faith and your sort of spirituality and hearing spirits would guide you and help you, but you're sort of being told this lifetime that it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to not be super strong, because I think this lifetime is a lot more complicated than the past one. Like, it feels like the past one was like way simpler than the one you're experiencing this one. It feels like there's a lot of family drama. It feels like there's like, I feel like there could have been sorry, trigger warning. There could have even been murders around you. Like, you've known someone who's gone. Like, there's just so much like drama and low vibration. There's like addiction. There's abuse towards like cousins. Like, I don't know. Like, I hear like maybe your immediate family members go through like extreme amount of abuse and poverty. Like, it feels like this lifetime is convoluted and very confusing. And you were raised in a way that taught you to not ask for help, or that you weren't deserving of help because you weren't deserving of attention or affection, because you weren't deserving of time, because you were taught that like you weren't allowed to have time with mum, like whatever it was, right? Because I can only go into so much in general picker cards, and that's what it is that you're allowed to ask for help, but you have a very unique insight into the health of spirit, the health of the feminine. But this lifetime is all about forgiving, forgiving previous ties, forgiving what had happened to you when you were younger, or what you're going through currently. It's all about forgiveness. And I know that sounds like so just but truly, like, we don't forgive to forgive other people. We forgive to release ourselves from those events. And I found that when I've forgiven myself from those events, it has assisted me in becoming one of the best healers that I've seen out there, in the ways of creating actual meaningful change in people's body, mind, and soul, and assisting them in creating their manifestations. It's like, you're going to take your pain and the forgiveness that you took and the lessons you learned, and you're going to share that with people. It's like, you're going to take that pain and share that with people. Sorry, I'm trying to light some sage. I don't know, it's just a heavy energy. I need to just sort of cleanse. But yeah, you don't have to be this strong character for everyone. Okay. Something that I want to do is that we are going to... There was a card I meant to pull. Oh, this one. Okay. So we got Cancer. Yes. Oh, Cancer's the mum. Oh my God, Cancer rules the moon and it's mum, it's family, it's home. And I was talking about family drama and then Cancer came. It's like you got to forgive family. And then with Cancer and Neptune, that could be that there was a lot of projecting within the home. But with Virgo there could have been like your family taught you to give everything to other people. Like they didn't teach you how to love yourself, how to tune into yourself. They didn't teach you emotional intelligence. They weren't able to. They weren't able to comfort in a way that was like they may have accidentally projected their emotional pains onto you by being like, do you love me? Like, you know what I mean? Like asking those questions when you're young. And it's like, what? Like, of course I do. Yeah, Pluto reversed and then third house. The way that they taught you to communicate was very destructive to yourself. The way that they taught you to interact with the outer world and connect to people was very destructive to yourself. And I think you've sort of realized that and you're going through that journey. And in past lives, I feel like this past life in particular, you were a catalyst of change to do with assisting again the female. It's assisting the female because that's all I see here. It's like you were a catalyst of change by giving different perspectives on how the females are important, right? Like what they bring and their knowledge that they have innately. Because they're the birthers. They're the mother of all. Females are truly a blessing. Sorry, I'm trying to see what this card is trying, because there's something here about, like, I don't know if you have dreams of like destruction, like places being engulfed in destruction, but I think you were there at like either a volcano erupting, like some sort of tsunami, some sort of major like earth thing you went through. And you sort of like have this anxiety that like it's going to happen again. And then with everything that's been going on as of when this video is posted, C virus, and then I really hate to talk about it, but like, Ukraine and Russia. This is in the very early stages. Obviously, go check the dates to know, because this is timeless. It feels like you went through very catastrophic things, and then with the outer world going through it again, it's like it's triggering a lot of trauma for you, and it's bringing up a lot of uncomfortable feelings that you aren't able to put your finger on, and it's because it's partly from past lives, but it's also from like this lifetime. It's also from like what your family projected onto you. So maybe your family is like survivors. Like this could be just for some. Sorry, this may be triggering trigger warning 3, 2, 1. Someone here could have a family lineage that's part of Holocaust survivors, because I just heard that then, which I've never ever heard. So there is this energy here of like you're here to sort of revisit and relive that trauma because you're going to work through it and then share the information you had in past lives, specifically about feminine energy. It could even be that you're just a strong feminine that shows people how to love them. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be anything like, oh, you become like a tarot reader, It could just be you're a strong feminine who teaches people that exact same thing. Like, you could even just be a fitness coach, someone who works in an office, but like you just teach females to not take shit from that male colleague who's like sexist and like, you know what I mean? You're sort of here to do that. And in past lives, you taught a lot about that. And you went through, I think, very traumatic experiences on this earth. And I think, again, you're allowed to ask for help. You aren't weak if you do that. Don't see yourself as weak. In fact, that is the strongest thing you can do, is to know that you need help. But yeah, I think that's kind of all for that. If this is making sense, if this is resonating, I'm going to pull some final 2 cards from my chakra deck. If this resonates, if this makes sense, please. Be sure to leave a like. Sorry, I was reading another card. I'll get into that message in a sec. If this is resonating and you feel so compelled to, please leave a like. It helps you connect to more videos like these, but it also helps people like you connect to more videos like these. It just means a lot. It helps the algorithm get me out there. But also, if you're resonating with my energy, please subscribe, because guess what? There will be more content. And if you're resonating with me now, I imagine you'll probably resonate with me next week when I upload more videos. So, yeah. How do I... Sorry, I thought I saw a card flip over. What I was trying to say is that you always had this fear that you were at the wrong place, wrong time, that you aren't doing enough, that you aren't good enough. It's like that perfection mentality mixed in with that extremely judgmental voice. I'm hearing your mum could have been extremely judgmental, but then on top of that, your dad was very harsh and critical of like, well, you could have done it this way. It's like to earn praise, even if dad wasn't in the picture. Sorry, the father figure. it feels like whatever parental figure, there was one of them experienced, like it taught you to be your own worst critique or your own worst saboteur to do with judgment. But then the other one, to earn their praise, it was very hard. It was always like there was something more you could do, and in that there was this expectation that you put on yourself by accident, probably when you were younger, of like, I need to do more, I'm not enough. And there's this energy of like, you are enough, you're in the right place at the right time. And I feel like I need to tell you that you're at the right place at the right time, both in that lifetime and this one. There's also some sort of manifestation coming in. You've been praying for it for like either 2 years or 2 months. The angels keep telling me, because they keep talking in my left ear, they keep telling me it's about to come in. It's about to come in. Please understand that this is not about time frames. When something's about to come in, it just means that you're probably about to embark on a journey or interact with a group of people or come to a perspective that allows you to better yet align yourself to a situation where that manifestation can come true. So, for example, if it's like you don't love yourself, like where you're about to come to a realization, like you aren't confident, we're about to come to a realization of like, oh my God, like I am beautiful, I love myself, I love being by myself. And then in that being by yourself, it's like you're not going out all the time. And then when you do go out, it's like that one person that you talk to, oh my God, it's like divine timing, like right place, right time, talk to them, oh my God, relationship. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like the angels are like, oh my God, we're about to give you this in your life, because I don't believe that's how manifestations work. It's like you're about to align yourself with the energy to be in the right place at the right time. And that's what I'm hearing. So shine. You are made. Shine! I told you, you might be scared to shine this lifetime because you were betrayed in a past lifetime. I'm sorry, I freaked out then, because that is just, you are made of stardust, so keep sparkling. This lifetime, you're not going to have that experience. Spirit is protecting you, they're with you. You are not going to go through that. Trust me. You're allowed to be seen, you're allowed to be heard. Do not be scared to be heard and seen. Do not be scared to speak out against the injustices, whether it's basically in an office or at a fitness, you know, like you're just, you're here to be seen and to be heard. That is such a beautiful way to end that. I want to thank you all so much for joining me here today. I'm sending you all so much love and light from the bottom of my heart. Please be sure to check out Tarot by Melissa. All the links are down below. Until we meet again, bye! Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome. For those of you who chose pile 3, which was this card, just to triple check, welcome into your reading today on who were you in a past life and what was your soul's purpose. I'm very excited because, again, I just want to reiterate, this is a collaboration with Tarot by Melissa, or Melissa Del Tarot on Instagram. Her links will obviously be down below as well as in the title. But yeah, without further ado, I'll lay out your cards and I'll start channeling. We have Taurus, we have Direction. I know you won't be able to see these, I'm sorry. Illusions. I'll obviously talk. I mean, I'm a channel most of the time anyway. I don't really use many cards. I only pulled out like 6 for you guys, or 5. We have God, and we have Unconditional Love, which was this card. This card is Unconditional Love, which makes sense. So I'm just going to have to say it. Look, I know we're talking about a past life, but something I want to say is that part of your soul mission this lifetime is to be a mother in some type of way, is to create and build a family. Yeah, I'm watching like something fly around. It looks like an angel. Anyway, you're here to be a loving being who sort of creates some sort of family or some sort of dynamic of love, even if it isn't a physical family such as a baby and a partner. It could be just a friendship group of like where you create love and you sort of nurture these younger people, or you hold a safe space, you know, like they're taking me to there's this show I watched. I don't remember what it was. It was a gay TV show on like in the early, I don't know, fucking 2010. And there was this, the reason I say it's gay is because that was the important pivotal part. It's like some kid who dates some older guy, and it's like, anyway, point is that there was this, I think she was either a mother or a lesbian. I don't remember. Either way, this lesbian would, this woman would protect the gay kids in the neighborhood by allowing them a safe space to live when they got kicked out. You know, if they got arrested for whatever reason, because, you know, you could get arrested for that back in the day. Like, we take advantage of it now, but like it was only 100 fucking years ago. Like, or was it shorter or longer? I don't know. Point is, it wasn't that long ago. Like, it really wasn't. And she would obviously, what's it called? She would help pay the bail. You know, like, just such like a soul. Like, you're here to do that. You're here to be that. Because I think in past lifetimes you did that. You did that. You were someone who, like, for example, African-American slaves, like you were probably someone who maybe helped them escape or helped them have a safe shelter and food. And, you know, like you've been this nurturer in multiple lifetimes. This isn't the first lifetime, but you're here to create your own. Because the thing is that in other lifetimes, you were helping groups or you were helping, what's it called? Like, what's it called when it's like groups, but like, come on, Zach. You can do this. I don't know. Anyway, point is, you were helping groups, and now it's sort of you're doing like charity, like not charity, but like these were sort of set up groups that were like not your own thing. It's like you're here to have your own thing, and not that it's about like owning your own thing. It's just that you wanted to create something that was like a part of your soul. So like it may be like caring for people who go through like a certain experience, and that's sort of what you're here to do this lifetime. But again, in past lifetimes, you were very sensitive to topics at those current times. So like you were a lot more attuned to the compassionate nature of that. Like, wait, these people are just the same as us. The only difference is that their skin tone is a bit darker, or like they're attracted to a different gender. Like they're still humans. Like, come on, guys. Like, what the fuck's happening here? It's like you would always grow up with that minority or that thing that you were helping, and whatever you grew up with this lifetime, maybe it's a disability, because I'm being drawn to a disability. Sorry if that's triggering for some, but it could be like people who go through prejudice or some sort of like assumption or like, I don't know, it's like you're here to be that compassionate nurturer for that. You're here to sort of share. This is amazing. You're here to sort of share that how to love yourself to your core, and not in a way that's like, oh, I buy bubbly and like sit in the bath like once a week. It's like, no. You're here to like love yourself in a way that's very meaningful, in like you don't seek that validation externally. You're able to build it up within yourself. You're able to create your own or work on adopting your own philosophies and creating your own understandings and perspectives, creating your own meaning from pain. It's like you're very good at not relying on other people to give you that emotional satisfaction. You're able to sort of draw and bring that attention to yourself, and you're able to sort of understand where you're struggling and to name emotions, which is something that's a part of self-love and the building blocks for me. It's like you're here to do that this lifetime. And the thing is that I'm hearing in past lives, you were very lost to do with like, what was your purpose? And I feel like you're going to struggle with this lifetime, because the thing is that you don't have a purpose. I don't want to say you don't have a purpose, but in past lives, your purpose was so simple that it was like, care for these people. And then everything else was free will. Like, you could go off and be a carpenter, you could go off and be a painter, you could go off and be a singer. It's like you could go off and do anything else that you wanted in the world. And that's why it confused you, is because the most basic thing that you were here to do in those lifetimes, and in this one as well, is to care or to love in some sort of way. And then everything else is just like, whatever you want to fucking do. Like, that's why you might be very confused about your direction this lifetime, and you were very confused in past lives. You would sort of convince yourself, oh my god, this is like the only thing I have to do. And in past lives, you may have accidentally done that, where like you've tied yourself to like these sort of groups that help people, and like you made that your only life. You made that your life and breath and your only thing, and you sort of didn't take care of yourself. And that's maybe what you're here to do this lifetime, is to sort of be like, I can have my own thing while also doing that unconditional love aspect. Because I think that's why you might have a family, or family is really important to this pile, or being a mother and nurturer in whatever way is very important to this pile. I'm hearing like, I don't want to, how do I say this? You have the benevolence and compassion that is almost godly. Like the way that you share and embody and feel love, no one else feels it that way. You need to start understanding this, because you may be confused why people aren't able to express it in the same ways as you. There are people for you, but I'm just saying, the immediate like people you'll probably meet, and majority of people, they can't understand how you're able to have so much empathy, so much understanding, so much connection to something that isn't a part of you. And that's sort of what you're here to do, is to find that direction, to share that connection, that love, and to sort of build that nurture. Because you may teach other people how to do it. I don't see like teaching per se. It just may be that you lead by example. That's the word. You lead by example, and you teach people that they aren't separate to the world around them. They aren't separate to the people, you know. It isn't black and white. It isn't that party versus this party. It isn't this country versus that country. It isn't that perspective. It's like, we're all the fucking same. We're on a floating rock in space. Like, if we don't get our shit together, we're going to destroy this floating rock, and then we're not going to be able to reincarnate and come back here. It's like, come on, guys. Like, you know, like, what I get? 4th house. I'm pulling astrology cards. I got 4th house and Capricorn. You're probably like, what does he mean, 4th house and Capricorn? For my non-astrologers out there, that would be building a home, building some sort of, maybe not legacy, but building a safe space and building it for you. And in you building it for you, it's going to be built for other people. So something, again, that you may have struggled with in past lives, in this lifetime that I'm seeing, is that whenever you've built something, there was a lot of trust issues. Because I think you would always rely on other people to do it. But this lifetime, you're here to, again, build that family with someone, build that group, whatever it is. But you're here to do it with, like, you're here to start it by yourself. Like, I'm seeing that. Like, for example, you could start a group that loves and shares love for, like, whatever. Like, maybe it's a disability, because obviously we heard that earlier. Maybe it helps those people. Maybe it's, like, a care group that sends out carers that helps them. You're here to sort of do that first, and then in building that, you're then going to have that family. You know what I mean? It's like, there's this thing where you're going to need to trust yourself and trust in building yourself, because I think you lost trust in yourself, and you would always rely on other people to sort of, you know, bring those extra loose ends to tie them, when it's like, when they've tied the loose ends, it doesn't have that special, unique love that you have. And that's something that's coming up here, is that but it's a part of your life to do that, and you're here to build roots, especially with Capricorn. Capricorns are like everlasting. It's like a very strong foundational energy. They're the joints, they're the bones. You're here, and like, you know, bones, yeah, bones don't decay, right? Not very fast, anyway. Do they decay? Someone tell me. I'll probably Google it after this. Anyway, I'm going to use that as an example, you know, because they rule the joints and bones. Like, bones don't decay. You're here to build something that doesn't decay. It's going to be here forever. So it's probably going to be some sort of like, foundation, like, foundation, like charity I don't know, something like that. It's very important that you do not overthink or overguess, like, you cast illusions onto yourself of, like, overthinking or, like, doubting yourself, because that's something you are going through this lifetime, is that you've probably experienced friends or dynamics and group dynamics where, like, people would doubt you, they wouldn't give you the proper sort of belief, or what's the word, it's like belief or chance, or sort of investment and love and compassion and sort of energy that they're giving to other people, is because your ideas were so out there. They were so uncomfortable to those people's perspectives, that it's like, no, you're here to do your own ideas by yourself and to start it, maybe not by yourself, but like to sort of engage it with either people who are on board with you taking the lead. It's like, you need to be the leader. You need to do it. It needs to have your special touch, because if it doesn't have your special touch, spirit and the universe is going to purposely fucking knock it out of your life. And you may have experienced that, where like you've tried to start things with like people this lifetime, and they just knocked it out of your life. And it's because in past lifetimes, again, you would rely on other people. You didn't believe in yourself, or you didn't believe in your uniqueness. It's like, you see life in such a different way, and you're casting that illusion on yourself of that, like, I don't know my direction. I can't put energy into my direction that I'm wanting to go, because I'm not good enough, or I'm not capable. It's like you're putting this illusion. It's like this illusion of like, I'm not capable, or, you know, maybe you think you need some sort of like doctorate, or like some sort of study or formal training. It's like, no, you don't need to go to like a college or a school or whatever to do this thing. It's like, you were born to do it. You were born to love. Everything you've done ever since birth was love. And it's such an unconditional love. What else do I want to say? Whatever it is that you're going to build this lifetime is going to give you money, because I think in past lifetimes it didn't give you money. You could also be suffering from poverty mindset, which is like, in past lives you could have carried this mindset of that, like, oh my god, like, I'm very insecure with my money, everything's going to leave me at any moment, I'm not good enough, or I'm not capable. There's other words I'm trying to say to do with poverty mindset. It could also be lacking, where you focus on the lack and then you stress about the lack because you're so insecure, it plays on your anxiety. And this is what the poverty mindset may be affecting you in, is that you don't think you're able to make a living for yourself, or that you know, if you went out on a limb and created your own foundations, that they wouldn't be meaningful, or that you know, you may have struggled when you were younger of living in survival mode because like maybe you didn't have enough to eat or enough food, or in past lifetimes again. I feel like in this, like the past lifetime, you would only have bread and water. Like it was very simple, because you would sacrifice meals to like feed other people. Like I genuinely see that, which is just so like insane. Insane that you had so much love that you were okay with that, you know, like, but there's something to do with poverty mindset and lack of mentality. Maybe you think everything's going to leave you, or that there's this rushing anxiety of like, it won't come to you, you can't have it, because there isn't enough. You don't think there's enough. There isn't like a space for you. Like, imagine if I thought that. I wouldn't be here today, you know? Like, imagine how fucking, there's so many tarot readers out there. Like, if I started comparing myself and doing that to myself, like, I wouldn't be able to record these things, which I used to do. That's why I'm only like on here now. But yeah, there's that energy of like, as you sort of build yourself up, you're going to tune that energy out. I'm going to pull one more card from a different deck. This is a different deck. Do you know how I said? Do you know how I said that if spirit doesn't like it in your life, they're going to knock it out? Yeah, you're very protected. You can't mess up. You're not doing anything wrong. Even if you're struggling right now, it's like you're not doing anything wrong. You're going through this because you're learning and you're upgrading. And I'm not saying that, or it's so much easier when you're on the other side of it to say like, I believe that all experiences give us an experience. You know what I mean? Like all pain is a teacher. And it's so much easier to say that when you're on the other side. Well, I'm not even on the other side. Like I'm still going through my own shit. It's just that you're going to find a lot of meaning in pain, because a lot of the events that are happening to you are very serendipitous, or they're very guided by the other side, because you're very protected. It's like you cannot mess up. You're not doing anything wrong. You're very protected by spirit on the other side, because spirit's very invested in your goal. Because I think you are some sort of higher level being. And again, we're not like, oh, higher level being, you're better than other people. No, it's just like you're a conscious being. Sorry. You're a conscious being who has reincarnated on this earth from a plane or dimension that isn't a part of this one. You know, like it isn't very common for your energy to come down here. And so it's important that whatever you're here to do, like you succeed in it. That's sort of what I'm seeing with like God and protected and first house, 12th house, Neptune. It's like, again, you're this very high spiritual being. Again, does not mean you're better or worse than someone else. We're all the same. We're all on this earth. Like, all spiritual beings are all the same as well. It's like we're all created, you know, we're not all created equal, but we are equal. I think it's important to understand it would be ignorant to say that we're all created equal, but to understand that we all are equal. But yeah, it's like there's this energy of like you are that being from like some sort of like outer star that was just like, I might come to Earth. I feel like helping them. It's like that's like, I don't know, like probably not a smug. It's probably just like I feel like helping Earth. You know what I mean? Like it's that energy. Unconditional love is free-flowing positive energy. Yeah, so you may have experienced a lot of condition placed on love, like maybe your mother had a lot of condition placed on love, or like, I'll only love you if you do this thing, or like, if you act out this way, I'll like yell at you and not like appreciate you, and like, you know, these type of things, there's a lot of conditions placed on it, like, if you do that thing, like, I won't love you, like, you're grounded, like, you know what I mean? It's like, there could have been a lot of conditions placed on your love when you were younger, but now you're sort of breaking away from that. Even if it wasn't you were younger, okay, I'm hearing that it was your past life, that you experienced a lot of people placing conditions of like, well, if you don't give me this thing, then I won't invest in your thing and love you and like share space. It's like that type of thing. But yeah, I hope that makes sense so far. I'm going to now pull 1 or 2 cards from this chakra deck. If this is making sense and assisting you and you're resonating with my energy, please leave a like. It helps you find more videos like these, but it also helps these videos find more people like you. So if you're, again, resonating and loving this and you feel like you want more content, please subscribe. Please subscribe, because there will always be more content. You can also find my services rates all down below in the description. So if you would like to book a personal reading where I can give you so much more and go into more in depth, all of that will be down below. I'm sending you all so much love. Let's see what your cards are. Ooh, 2. Dreams and peace. That's so funny because we have Neptune here with dreams. And then we have dreams again. I think dreams are a very important, like, especially right now. So as of recording this, there's a lot of transitory aspects that are happening that would indicate dreams are a very vital part of information being received, especially for very psychic people or people who have Mercury and very psychic energies, such as like Cancer, Sagittarius, Virgo, Neptune, not Neptune, Pisces, Aquarius, because they're channelers. Every sign has its own psychic like thing, but only some of them I would personally like put into the dream category. But the point is, anyway, that dreams are going to help you understand a lot, or that dreams are, even if you don't understand them, they're playing out to assist you and to give you answers. Find peace of mind in your dreams. Allow yourself to sleep. I'm hearing this. If you feel tired, if you feel like having a nap, don't tell yourself no. Don't tell yourself no. The reason you feel like having a nap is maybe spirit wants to talk to you or help you, or maybe like your body just needs rest, or your spirit needs rest to like go back to the plane that it's from. Because being on this earth is really hard for you. Like I'm seeing it's very dense because I see a lot of like collapsing energies pushing you down. It's like you're very uncomfortable in the human body. You don't want to be here. Your spirit wants to be here, but it also doesn't want to be in the body. It wants to be here, but it doesn't want to be in the body. So you may need to like rest a lot, and it's because your spirit is going back home. It's going back to the planes. Like you could have a lot of angelic or white dreams, like where it's just a lot of white light, or it's just a lot of blank spaces. Like it could even be dark, but like in that darkness, there's a lot of nature. Whatever it is, it's like on these higher planes, it's like your mind can't fully comprehend it, but there's a lot going on that's helping you. And I think over time, you're going to sort of decode it, decipher it, and work with that. But yeah, your dreams are a great indicator of how you can put your thoughts, your perspectives, and your love out there, because it may be very like taboo to do what you want to do. Maybe you want to do maybe you want to teach holistic therapy. You know what I mean? Like, but it's very taboo to do that without a certificate. Like, okay. You don't have to be you don't have to go to some school where like some white guy chose 100 years ago what shit you'll be learning about. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can learn about it in other ways, and you can experience and live your life without that preconceived notion of like there's only one way to do it, and like I can't do it my way because I need something to do it. Like there's this energy of like you are what you are, and that is enough. You can just go on and do it like that. But there may be, that's all I want to say. You know what I mean? Like, you have a lot of perspectives and a lot of love to share, and it's just so powerful. I'm sending you all so much love. I hope that made sense, and I hope you got some insight into your past lives from this. Please be sure to check out Tarot by Melissa. I'm slurring my words now because I'm getting tired, and spirits tapping out of the channel. So deliver the message. Good job, Zach. Please be sure to, again, subscribe. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Mwah. Until we meet again. Bye.